In an attempt to avoid a possible confrontation with Russia, NATO stopped short of approving membership for Georgia on Wednesday. Meanwhile, NATO is calling on the Kremlin to do more to restore calm in Ukraine or face more sanctions from some member states. CCTV's Jack Barton has this report now from Brussels.
NATO wrapped up 2 days of talks in Brussels with a list of demands for Russia's President Vladimir Putin. The US, Germany and Britain warned that non-compliance would lead to tougher sanctions.
It is critical for President Putin to prove by his actions, not just his words, that he is indeed fully committed to peace. It is critical for him to stop the flow of weapons and fighters across the border, to call publicly for the separatists to lay down their arms, to pull Russian forces and equipment back, and to help get OSCE hostages released.
NATO's chief dismissed Russia's parliamentary vote on Wednesday to rule out military intervention in Ukraine.
Today, we see no change in Russia's behavior.
On Ukraine, officials welcome the peace plan put forward by the country's president, Petro Poroshenko. NATO defense ministers also agreed to set up a trust fund aimed at strengthening the capacity of Ukraine's armed forces. Behind the smiles, there was disappointment for Montenegro and Georgia, whose applications for membership were put on the back burner. Georgia fought a brief war with Russia in 2008, and NATO does not want to get dragged into a conflict by default if the two nations clash again. Then there was Iraq. Having just travelled from the country, John Kerry said he was unaware of comments by Iraq's Shia Muslim President Nouri al-Maliki on Wednesday that he would not consider forming a unity government with the country's Sunni community.
He did follow through on the commitments that he made in our discussions. He clearly committed to completing the electoral process. He committed to meeting on the 1st of July and having the Council of Representatives come together. And he committed to moving forward with the constitutional processes of government formation.
But other NATO officials conceded the situation in Iraq appeared to be worsening, with no clear political or military solution in sight. Jack Barton, CCTV, Brussels.